Hello, my beautiful budgeting friends. Today is the video I'm sure some people have been waiting for. If you have been around the channel, especially in this last year, up until I hit a rough patch with working and I had to stop doing it. I was doing a debt update video monthly. I was trying to get into that. And then it just got to a point where I wasn't making any progress because I was just paying the minimum. So it wasn't much going on. And then if you've been around, you know, I had a few month period where it was a struggle to find a job. And I was literally driving like 2 hours back to my old job to work as much as I could. And then also I was trying not to do that every weekend because of gas, and it was a lot. So we're gonna go over the last debt update video I posted was in March. If you go back to that video, you will see this page. And the total in March was $66,942.26. That was our total debt in March of this year. And I pulled this out so we can kind of like look, because obviously, you know, our debt did go up, and we'll go over that as well. The biggest thing that happened during the summer, this is also like, let me just preface this by saying none of what I say that I had to do is financial advice. I know most people know that, but just stating the obvious. I don't have the paper written down with all of these smaller loans I had to take out to make sure the like essential bills were paid, roof was gonna stay over the head, all of that stuff. But I did have to take a bunch of smaller loans with crazy APRs. And so what you'll see for August, I went through, because I'm like, we're gonna do a October debt total video. So exciting. But I went to go film that, and I literally got like 20 minutes into the video when I realized it'd be easier to just show you guys like the numbers, what they were. I went through and wrote down the August numbers too, because August was my highest ever debt total. So I was talking about that, and I'm like, yeah, I can put up the number on the screen, but I feel like some people like to see it, some people like to hear it. So I went back, I wrote everything down, because what I do write in my planner has like personal information that, you know, I'm not trying to like put on the internet. But I do like to go through and write them so that way I can show you guys as well. So with that being said, we are gonna get right into it. Yeah, here we go. We're on this journey. So March, last time I posted. August was going to be our highest debt total ever, which I wrote that so that way we would know. I have it split now into credit cards and loans. And if you see here, pretty much like Target went up, but around similar, same thing. City went up, around similar. Credit card was similar. The phone went down, but that was like naturally with my phone payments. And then Discover actually went down. American Express went down $500. The third went up $200. Chase went down $600 roughly. Apple stayed about the same. And then I did not have this. This is just like one of those like smaller credit cards I had to get in the summer, because I actually like got it to buy stuff to start working. Like if you guys saw my update video, I actually got hired for a job, and then I had to go out and buy like shoes and pants and all that, and then they never like put the information in for me to do my onboarding. And then when I reached out, because I was supposed to start training, they were like, oh, like the general manager's out for the next week on vacation, like can we get back to you? And then when I reached out again, they never got back to me. So I like spent money like getting ready for a job, and luckily I was able to like use most of the stuff at the job I ended up working at. But I did get a small credit card around that time to, you know, I had like I was like burning to the end of the candle by then, when I finally got a job, that I used that for work stuff and gas, and then obviously like hit the limit. So that is the one that gets added here. Nelnet was here on my new ones. I am now separating credit cards and loans just for my brain, and that went up a bit because I was in deferment. There was a hurricane at the end of last year, and so Nelnet was offering to like defer every month for up to a year. So I was taking that while I got my finances back on track. And yeah, so I took that. Car repair loan is still the same. That was loan 3. Now I just have it as car repair loan. Net credit was loan 1, and that went down a little bit. That has like a 60-something% APR, which is a lot. But it's way less than the other ones that I had to take, which we'll talk about that in a second too. So loan 1 is, or was, loan 2. So loan 2 is now loan 1. I know that is a little confusing, but this is kind of like what we're starting off with now. Like when I'm like, oh, we're paying off this amount. Okay. So this was $2,529. Now in August, it was $2,475. And then loan 4 is now loan 2. And that obviously you can tell went up $100. I had to like add that to the top of that before, we start paying that. But that is $9,390.63. And then as you can tell, the last one that got added was $10,000. I had to kind of put all these smaller loans into a bigger one and kind of get that refinanced, because if not, I would have been spending so much money. And like even in those few weeks before I was able to like refinance and get that all in, things were so tight because I was making so many payments that could have paid the initial loan off, but because of the APR on it was insane. Like the interest was crazy. So I did add $10,000, and I literally paid off all those loans, and then I put some of it towards my net credit. But I was like, that one at least I can tackle a little faster. So we went from $66,942.26 to my highest debt total was $75,863.37. So yeah, and then now we have like two totals that come in together, so they're roughly around the same now, which is crazy to look at. But if you're ever scared to like write it down to like, oh my gosh, I have to see those numbers, at least you'll see them. And then when you start seeing them go down, it's way more exciting. And also, if you have anything negative to say about like, well, I don't understand how you have to go in that much debt. If you've never been in a position in your life where you are paying the minimum on a credit card and then having to use the money that you just like paid. And like, mind you, when you're paying a minimum, there's not much that becomes available. But when you're having to use that amount to either like buy your groceries, buy gas, that's a different type of life. Like I wish I could tell you all these debt totals were from taking vacations and fun trips and buying myself like nice sets of furniture and jewelry. But unfortunately, majority of this is from surviving or like a big emergency I had to like put on a credit card in the past, which even if I've had an emergency, it hasn't even been that big. A lot of this is just surviving. So with that being said, we are going to get into October's debts. So I'm going to put these to the side for now, guys. And then I'm going to I did like write everything down, and we are just going to fill in the numbers together. If you are on a debt journey, let me know what your total like starting debt was, what was your highest debt, and then if you want to tell me what you're currently at or what you've paid off, whatever, let's celebrate each other's wins. And if you haven't started yet and you're like, I want to start, let's start, and definitely let me know so I can follow your journey as well. having this community has been such a game changer for me, and I am so grateful for every single person who takes time out of their day to watch a video of mine and just be there and support me. You guys have no idea like how much you mean to me, and honestly, like getting back into filming and the swing of things again, it has lit a little light inside me again, because you know, it was really hard to talk about money over the summer when I was like drowning and like didn't have enough money coming in, and I didn't know how things were gonna like play out. And as much as I wanted to come talk about it, I just wasn't in a good mental space. So I am grateful to be, you know, digging out of the hole. So yes. And then also when we go over these numbers, you are gonna see some are less from August to now, obviously 2 months. If you've been catching up with my recent videos, I did talk briefly about it. I had to sell my car. I had my car for 10 years. It was almost at 173,000 miles, but there was an issue that was basically gonna be like not worth fixing for like the value of my car and what it was at mileage wise. And my mechanic was like, you need to start thinking about selling it. And so I was able to sell it. And fortunately, my grandpa has had 2 cars since my grandma passed. And so he gave me his old work car. It is an older car. It is a 2010 and it's got 138,000 miles on it, but it is a car and I'm so grateful. And honestly, I drove it from where he's at to where I live and it made it the 18-hour drive. So a win is a win. I'm so grateful for, him giving me the car, because like he was so funny. He's like, I tried to sell it, they wouldn't give me much for it. He's like, so if you can fly up here and get it and take it with you, it's yours. And I'm like, say less. So I'm very grateful for that. And obviously with the money I made from the sale of my car, I put some towards bills, some towards savings, and some towards debt. If you guys want a breakdown of like how I really divided it, like showing you guys, definitely let me know. I'll make a separate video on that, but we'll go through. I'm not going to go through like every single one, but we'll go over numbers again like we just did with March to August, and then you'll see the ones that I made like the biggest payments on. So let's get right into this, guys. So the Target credit card. So as you can see here, again, I have credit card, I have loans, and then we'll do the totals on each and then the grand total on the bottom. Target's gonna be $550.86. Citi credit card will be $2,982.13. Then we have Verizon, which is $1,339.35. And if you've noticed here, there is no longer a space under here with the phone and payments, because with the sale of my car, I did pay my phone off. It was like $166. But one thing I was really thinking about with the money from selling my car is like, not only like what can I pay down for debt, but how can I make like my next bills easier? And so like now my phone bill is $41.66 cheaper, because that was what I was paying on my phone. So that is exciting. And then Discover, we got $9,036.13. American Express, we got $4,202.08. Fifth Third, we got $2,675.13. Chase is my other big one. It has $9,830.02. Apple has $3,810.91. And then the Surge credit card is $252.61. 2000 wouldn't make much sense because I don't even have a limit on it for that much. So we got that. And then I will say too, so when I was going through what I was going through this summer and the lack of income, and if you've been in the job market, you know it's trash. I mean, for everything. I was applying to like everything under the sun that I could think of. I'm like, please, I I just want to work. But I did take a hardship program with, I'd say, majority of the credit cards. This month is my last one with Discover and Fifth Third. I'm on one more payment on my payment plan. And then my American Express, I've been on a payment plan for a lot longer because they offered it to me to help me get my balance down, which, I mean, I took it because I'm like, okay, it's going to have reduced APR. It has like a set payment. And I mean, obviously the downside with taking these payment plans is you can't use the card, which is fine by me because I don't plan on using them. I'm trying to get them paid down. Once we're in a space where things are getting paid down and I can be like, okay, like the budget for gas is like $100 monthly, and then I have that money ready so I can put it on a card and pay it off that month, then we'll do that. Right now, we're not gonna do that because we're trying to get these bad boys down. And then on top of it too, another reason why I did the payments I did instead of just using a chunk of the money to pay one thing down with my credit cards or loans is I am trying to bump my credit up a little bit because I am going to have to apply for a new apartment soon. So I'm trying to get it up as much as I can so that, you know, we can get in somewhere. We'll talk about that too in another video because that's a whole other thing. So for our credit card total, it is now $34,679.22. Then we're gonna go over here. So Nelnet, it says now CRI because my student loans just changed providers as of like the last month. So with it changing too, I was gonna have to make my first payment, I think next month. But with it changing, now it says my first payment is December 2nd. So we have a little more time before we're gonna be making that payment, and my student loans are $11,902.35. Car repair loan is the same. This month we're gonna be making some moves on car repair loan and the 3 loans. Actually, I did make some progress here. You'll see that in a second too. These 3 have been stagnant, obviously the longest. But we are gonna be, now that I've been at my new job about 3 months now and I'm feeling in the groove of things, and it's been slow season too, so it's been hard to really like make a plan with stuff. So a lot of stuff's been on pause, but now that we're getting the handle of things, we're getting the moving and grooving, you're gonna see this month, things are gonna be, you know, we're going down. I'm feeling motivated. I'm really excited, not only in like my financial part of my life, but my like other parts of my life, health, fitness, all of that. Like I'm feeling just ready to push myself to be the best version of myself. So net credit is $1,563.41. So if you remember the number from August, that did go down too. That is a big payment I made with the money from the sale of my car. And then our 3 loans, loan number 1 did go down as well. Now we are at $2,000 even. And then loan 2 and 3 are the same as what they were in August. But like I said, we are gonna start making progress on those bad boys this month. I'm very excited to get that going. And now the loan total is more because we made more payments on the credit card side. Because like I said, I'm trying to get the payments down so that way my credit pops up a little more. So with those 2, ready for the little drum roll of our grand total? Our total was now down this month to $71,985.61. So if we pull over our August, March just keeps wanting to come with it. Our August, you'll see here, Target is one of the big ones that made the biggest change because I made probably one of the biggest payments on the Target credit card. And then the other ones I just made like smaller payments, not all of them. With my taking hardship assistance, most of the payment plans were like 6 months. And then the American Express one's a lot longer, but I took that one way before this summer. I will say my Chase card, in order to take their payment plan, I did have to close my card, but it did bring the APR way down, and I have a set payment. So that one we're gonna work on. I mean, it is the biggest one, so it's gonna take longer, but we're gonna work on that one a little later. So as you can see, everything's popping down. I don't have a phone anymore to pay because I paid that off. And yeah, everything is shifting down a little bit. It's very exciting. And then the other bigger payment is because the surge was only $513. Now it's $252, which is exciting. I think I might be able to get this paid off this month. And I know that it might be like, well, I mean, you could do this, but I did just, so my normal minimum payment for this is only, let me see, I'm just popping over here real quick. It is only like $45 it was last month. So I actually am gonna make a payment automatically for $100 for the month of October. So anything extra we get, I think I'm gonna shift that to this so we can get one paid off. Because again, it might be a little something, but it's motivating, and that's what we need to be motivated. And then you'll see here with the loan number one, I took $475 to make a big payment to that, and then loan 2 and 3 are the same. But again, those are going to start moving this month. And the net credit one, I also want to focus on paying off as fast as I can, because like I said, that one has our highest APR. So grand total wise, like I said, in August, I know I'm skipping September, but it did not go down. I think in September it went down to $75,447.93. So it was like a little over $400, which that is still something, but this was the biggest jump because of me selling my car. So like I said, we went from $75,863.37 to $71,985.61. And the grand total of what we paid off in those 2 months is $3,877.76. Very exciting. If you stick around, just know that's not going to be all the time. That's just because I sold my car. I don't got income like that. I wish I did, which we might get there where we're making payments like this. I have belief in anything. But I was able to make that big of a jump because of selling my car and putting a lot towards debt. Like I said earlier, if you guys want to see a breakdown of like what I put into savings, I can definitely do that for you guys as well. Also, if you guys are interested in me doing not only a debt update video every month, but also like a savings update video every month, definitely let me know. Because I have started in September with my paychecks. I am paid every other week, every 2 weeks. I started saving, I'm trying to save $25 from each paycheck and get that shifted over to my high yield savings account. I know it's little, but it's something. So if you guys want to see like an update with that every month too, I would definitely do that. Let me know your comments on that. But yeah, so our grand total now is $71,985.61. So our first goal with that, I would say, is getting under 70,000. I think that'll make me, I mean, honestly, anything's making me really excited. Even just doing the 100 envelope savings challenge is really exciting for me. If you guys haven't seen those videos I've been uploading, I just started my 3rd round of that. And then getting this card paid off will be first priority to get that motivation going. And then I will pop up to the Target credit card, get that paid off. And then we'll see where we're at as well. I think I'm going to be, especially in the next month or two, trying to just up every minimum payment just to get the balances further away from the limit. So like I said, I can shoot up that credit score for applying for the apartment. Once I get into a new place, I won't really be I'm not like, oh my God, my credit score needs to be a certain something, but I do want to get my credit score up. So eventually when I need to get another car, you know, we're going to have to probably get my credit pulled for that as well. So, and we are going to start saving not only money for emergency fund, car maintenance again, all of that good stuff coming soon. I'm very excited. I'm happy to be back sharing this journey with you guys, and I can't wait to show you guys the journey to zero debt, because that is happening. I know it's happening this time. You know, I've been in debt since I was 18. I am 30 now. And I've been through a lot of shifts. I mean, I'd say almost 2 years ago, if you actually look back at those videos around that time, I was making progress, had money in the sinking funds. I was doing so good. And then life threw me a giant curveball once in the beginning of the year and once like 3 months later. And it just kind of shifted everything and put me back into more debt. But I'm feeling excited, prepared. I'm ready to pay down this debt so I can live differently and not have to make so much a month to go towards debt and bills. And I want to live a different life. So if you guys want to stick around and see that journey, definitely make sure you're subscribed. And I would love to have you guys here. And if you are on a financial journey, whether it is paying off debt, savings, retirement, whatever it is, I'd love to follow you as well. Make sure you comment. That way I can see you. And with that being said, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I know it was a little bit of a longer video. But yeah, it's a lot to cover. Thank you. I'm happy I had this all out. I don't know if that's better for someone, if you guys like seeing it, if that was better to see all of it. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.